Hello guys, welcome back to Habitual Crypto, where we like to make good habits in trading. So if you like trading cryptocurrency, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Give this video a comment. Let me know what altcoins you guys are interested in. And today we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Dominance. I have one altcoin I'm pretty interested in, and then I will go over the news of the day. So with that, let's jump right into the Bitcoin chart. This is Bitcoin on the weekly. And the reason I wanted to show you guys this is because we are at a key area for RSI. So this, we're not quite at the lowest levels, obviously, but throughout history, the history of Bitcoin, around the 40% to 44% range, which we just entered, around 44% on the Bitcoin RSI. And historically in the past, you can see here, here, and here. This level has acted as either support or resistance. You can see some resistance here and here. And basically my point is this could act as a key reversal area. Obviously, we could drop down a few more points on the RSI, but just to keep in mind, a lot of times after this we've made support on here, we've had big moves up. Back in 2012, back in 2015, and then, obviously after this acted as support right before the March or the 2018 dip we had, bear market. And so it's just one indicator to keep an eye on. If you follow the channel, I've been saying I think we're probably going to start reversing course here and heading back up slowly but steadily. I don't think it's going to be some big move up to 60K anytime soon. I think it's going to be, little baby steps, grinding, kind of a painful process to get back up above 42K and eventually, 50K and all-time highs. So let's take a look at the daily chart really quick. I want to take a look at the 21 and 50-day moving averages. You can see we did get above the purple line, the 21-day, yesterday and closed the day. But today, boom, we dropped really hard, topping out at around 36,000 yesterday. And now we're sitting at around 33,700. So we'll see what happens there. We do have the 50-day moving average actually coming down closer. So it's been dropping pretty hard. And so now we're at we have two big resistances within a couple $1,000s of each other. So this is going to be, in the short term, some major resistance for Bitcoin. And once we can break above both of these, I think that's going to help get us up to those next levels. But making support on both of these moving averages would be a very strong move for Bitcoin. But we need to close a few days above, each one of them before I'm going to feel too bullish on price in the short term. Speaking of short term, let's jump in on the hourly here. And yeah, we had some nice price movement over the weekend, but the volume just wasn't there. And I think that's why we're seeing this sharp pullback here today. So, just kind of weak volume from the bulls to get us up to 36,000. And it was a holiday, it was a weekend, so that's kind of why I think we had that low volume. You can see we did lose the uptrend that we had since June 26th, where we got support a couple times, but today just dropping like a rock through there, bringing us down to our next trend line, which started back on June 22nd. So a longer trend line here, but as you can see, we are kind of hugging it. Technically, we're above it right now, but we've been above and below it kind of the past 6 hours. So we will see if we can get support there. I think the more probable outcome is that we do come down a little bit more to test the previous local low of around 32.7. That's the support I'm looking for. With this big hourly drop, I think it's less likely we get a bounce off of this trend line, but it is possible. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, the main support I'm looking at to get a bounce at right now is around 32.7. If we lose that, then I'm going to be looking for this downward trend line as our next support, and depending when we reach down here, that will determine the price. If we fell there today, it would probably be around 31,500. But yeah, 32.7 is what I'm looking for on the bearish outcome for support. If we are able to get a bounce here, I'm going to be looking at our first resistance at that 0.5 fib level around 34,400. That's going to be the next resistance I'm looking at if we can get a bounce here. So that's Bitcoin, short and long term. Let's jump to Ethereum. Let's start with the daily because Ethereum is above its 21-day. Even with the big drop today, we closed the past 2 days above the 21-day moving average, and we are still above it now. And I would imagine that's going to act as some sort of support as well. So that's important to keep in mind. If we go on the hourly here, you can see Ethereum did get is getting a little bounce here. This upward trend since June 27th is still in play. So if we do drop a little bit more, I'm looking to get a bounce on this trend line. And you can get access to all of my charts in real time. My Discord server link is in the YouTube bio, and there is a trading view link in my Discord to have access to all these charts in real time. So, and that's totally free. So you guys could do that. But yeah, I'm looking to get a bounce here if we do come down here, and we do have the Ethereum hard fork coming sometime soon. The London upgrade here, so which should be very good for Ethereum. The EIP 59 is coming, and yeah, a lot of bullish news for Ethereum, and Ethereum doing a little bit better lately than Bitcoin. So that's why you see altcoins kind of having a comeback here. So yeah, I am feeling better about Ethereum than Bitcoin in the short term, and we'll see what happens. But Ethereum looking a little bit more healthy. And with that, let's jump to Bitcoin dominance. We have, even with Bitcoin's dip today, Bitcoin dominance not really getting any sort of spike here. So it continues to fall. After falling through this big uptrend here, now we've come back and hit it as resistance and dropping hard from that. So my first support I'm looking for is around 45% Bitcoin dominance, which is where we had a lot of local support a few weeks ago. So that would be where I look for support for Bitcoin dominance. If we break that, the next support is going to be 44.3% Bitcoin dominance. So if you're allocated to altcoins, I'd say this chart's looking pretty good for the short term. I think Bitcoin dominance will continue to drop. If any major support comes in, I think the most likely scenario is that it comes in on this upward trend line, which if we get there within the next couple days should be around 43.7%. But this has been the major uptrend since the first Bitcoin capitulation on May 19th. So that's what I'm looking for there. As far as an altcoin that I'm pretty bullish on, it's going to be Aave. So there's a reason behind this besides the chart looking pretty good. You can see we kind of had a double bottom around the same area here, around $170. We hit that twice and have been making higher lows ever since. We're hitting this key fib level at around $275 or $280, excuse me. And looks like we're getting a little bit of a rejection there, but I would think that this uptrend will hold even if we come back down to test it at around $245. And one of the reasons I think that's going to hold is due to some news coming out for Aave. So this just broke a few hours ago. Aave to launch permission deployment for institutions in July. And if you follow the channel, I talked about this when it was hinted at a couple months ago, about a month or two ago. So basically, Aave is a big DeFi project. They have interest-bearing pools, and there's a lot of nice DeFi applications on the Aave network. And now they are trying to get institutions involved in DeFi. And it's kind of hard doing that because they're very skittish, very cautious about putting a lot of money into a decentralized application because it's so new. So what Aave is doing, they're going to be launching Aave Pro this month. It's supposed to launch, and they've been testing it. They've audited it, and basically it will have KYC, so basic identity verification, and anti-money laundering regulation involved. So it's a separate pool, so it won't affect what we've all been using if you use Aave as far as its decentralized pools for everybody. It's going to be separate, but it's a way of institutions being able to dip their feet in the DeFi markets, having some form of slight regulation to make them feel comfortable enough. Some people, there's a lot of mixed feelings about this, but I tend to believe, if we want prices to go up, if we want this adoption to happen, there needs to be a little bit of wiggle room with, the regulatory aspect of crypto. And Aave's, separating it a little bit from its main, its main pools. So I think this works for everybody. And if it gets institutions really involved, they're initially just going to have Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I believe the stable coin, USDC. and the Aave coin there. So this is bullish in my opinion for Aave, especially if it gets major adoption once it goes live. I think a lot of institutions are going to have no choice but to buy the Aave coin to participate. I mean, most of them will probably, be involved in that pool. So we'll see what happens, but I think this is bullish for Aave and good for crypto markets in general and the DeFi sector. So more news. We have Wyoming legally recognizes EOS-based DAO in historic moves. So they've passed a law, and basically Wyoming is becoming one of the most blockchain crypto-friendly, states in the U.S. for sure, if not the world. And basically they've now made it legally recognized by the state the American Crypto Fed DAO. So their goal, our digital currency enables municipalities, merchants, and consumers to engage in digital transactions without the cost of processing fees. This is explained by the CEO of the American Crypto Fed DAO and a former mayor of Wyoming. And she added, as a former mayor, I can tell you those costs add up fast. This means cities and their constituents will no longer lose money through transaction fees, enable increased revenues back to municipalities without raising taxes. So they think this is going to work out for everybody. And a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. So as far as like the CEO goes, they're going to have their stable coin, which is called Ducat. And then they're also going to have their governance token, which is called Lock. And basically, as the governance token holders start voting on matters, the CEO's influence will go away. That's what she says. So that's the goal. I think, again, this is very bullish for EOS. This is bullish for crypto as a whole. Like I say, it's being ingrained in our society all over the globe, whether you like it or not. So get involved in crypto, invest if you can. Not financial advice, but I think we are very early to the game. More, bullish news for crypto. Virtual real estate takes off with backing from billionaire Mike Novagratz. He owns Galaxy Interactive, which is a investment company, and he has made a substantial investment in Republic Realm, which is they're trying to be a big real estate company that focuses on virtual real estate, virtual land, and they're going to have realtors that help people acquire virtual land. And he said, or they said in this quote here, real world shopping malls are sitting half empty as stores move more business online. Meanwhile, elaborate virtual malls are being built in the metaverse, a nascent industry called e-commerce. So basically, you can go look at their plot of land. They spent $1 million on a plot of land in Decentraland. And they have a main mall there right now called Metajuku. And basically, you can go there. You could see like the model kind of forming as like they have tons of advertising being done there, and you can buy digital clothing. But you're going to be able to buy real world clothing that gets shipped to your house, in the virtual world, so the boundaries are, you know, there are no boundaries in this space yet. There's unlimited opportunity because it's so new, and they're really betting a lot on this. They say, like, as far as like private homes and stuff like that, your private island can serve as a backdrop to your digital identity, opening digital doors for you and creating an online life you dream about living. So they believe this is going to, you know, eventually hit hundreds of millions, if not billions of people, as far as the virtual space goes. And, you know, I tend to think they're right about that. And getting kind of like buying land, you know, getting your plot of land in America before it was even, you know, acquired, like the land grab type thing. You know, you can, it could be a very, very, very good investment if you have some patience and let this space grow. And Mike Novagratz thinks so. So, yeah, that's good news for Decentraland holders and probably Sandbox holders. And yeah, virtual land coins in general. And finally, some good Bitcoin news. For our current SEC commissioner, Bitcoin says Bitcoin ETFs are long overdue. She had a few quotes here. She said, that's probably the most biggest and most often asked question I get. When will the SEC approve a Bitcoin exchange traded product? And she said, you know, it's overdue. She said, people of a regulatory mindset, when they encounter something new like this, say, oh, wait a minute, the market for Bitcoin looks a bit different than the markets we're used to. So basically, they're very, you know, weary of approving this. You know, we know it's volatile, but she said, I think the markets have matured quite a bit. I thought that if we had applied our standards as we have applied them to other products, we would already have approved one or more of them, talking about the ETFs. With each passing day, the rationale that we have used in the past for not approving seems to grow weaker. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is going to happen this year, and I think it could be a catalyst that sparks this next, you know, phase to the $100,000, $200,000 Bitcoin that people are estimating. I don't think it's going to happen this month, but I think at some point, once we start getting up back closer to all-time highs, we could all of a sudden get this, which causes a big price jump in Bitcoin. So that's my opinion on it. Not financial advice, but the SEC commissioner, you know, she's saying, you know, there's really no reason why this hasn't been approved at this point. So more bullish news for Bitcoin. That's all I got for you guys today. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe and give this video a like so other people can find it. And thanks for checking out the video today. Have a great day.